Jesus, number one. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here and we'd all be for nothing. Bless our meeting tonight. Let's do the best we can for the county and the taxpayers' dollars. God bless America and God bless Cass County. Amen.
Amen.
Who's next? Commissioner Northrup.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I moved that flag when I was on the news. I put it there.
Are we going to be using the screen at all for the meeting?
It's on here. It'll be all right. All right, roll call, please.
Commissioner Langley,
Here.
Commissioner Lawrence,
Here.
Commissioner Northrup,
Here.
Chair Jones.
Yep.
Commissioner Grice.
Here.
Commissioner Barrera.
Here.
Commissioner Marquetti. Here. And Commissioner Lee.
All right. Commissioner Marquetti.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I move for the approval of tonight's agenda as presented.
Motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, public comment. You have 3 minutes. And we have Mary from Jefferson Township. I did it. I told you I would. Push the button in the middle of the microphone. There you go.
This is just a reminder to the commissioners, the contract with Market One will expire this year. The original Market One contract was dated November of 2022. Since then, Market One has been paid $464,235, and currently they are being paid $9,970.50 a month. And this amount will increase with each year they are under contract. It would be more productive if these dollars were applied to upcoming projects in Cass County, which will better the lives of our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Parrish. I'm an Edwardsburg resident, the Vice President of our Parks Commission, and a delegate to Dark Sky International, and the person behind Lawless Park receiving its Dark Sky certification. I'm here tonight, or this afternoon I should say, because we have a massive opportunity on the table. The Land and Water Conservation Fund are ready to go. We're at the finish line and just need that final bit of matching funds to unlock them. This would be a strategic move for Cass County. This is money that's already been set aside for Lawless Park. If we don't provide the needed funds for the match, we're just leaving those dollars on the table for another county to utilize. The Michigan Economic Development Corporation, the MEDC, which produces a Pure Michigan ad campaign, has officially recognized astrotourism as a major growth sector for our state. They aren't just marketing our lakes anymore. They are telling people that our night skies are a reason to travel here. And the proof is already in our parking lots. Because of the work we've done at Lawless Park, we are already a top act for the MEDC. We are hosting visitors from across the Midwest. We have folks traveling here specifically from such places as Illinois, Indiana, of course, and as far away as Missouri, Oklahoma, Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio, Kentucky, and even Pennsylvania, just to see the stars. We've already done the hard part. We've earned the international certification and installed the compliant lighting. Now we just need the infrastructure to handle that success and keep those visitors coming back. I want to be very clear, the LWCF fund is a use it or lose it deal. The federal funds are on the table. The visitors from Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Oklahoma are already in our parking lots, and the state's Pure Michigan campaign is already sending more. If we don't approve these funds tonight, we aren't just missing a park upgrade. We are literally sending our own tax dollars to a different county. Let's not let another county benefit from the hard work we've done here. Let's lock in these funds and ensure Cass County becomes Michigan's gateway to dark skies. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I also have
Oh,
a letter from another Parks Commissioner who couldn't be here. Her father's in pretty bad health, and she asked me to read her statement, if that's okay.
you've got about 30 seconds because we got a lot of people here and a lot of business.
As an appointee of the Cass County Road Commission, this is from Jane Bailey. She supports the county using the Bombardi funds to help the Parks Department reach its goal in obtaining funds to improve the park. Tried to boil it down to as few words as I could. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks, man. If you would, you can send that to us.
Yes,
You
please.
give it to Jen there, and she'll email it to us, and we can read it in detail. Anybody else? All right, I'm going to close the floor for public comment. Recognitions. Sheriff?
Thanks. I wanted to bring in Gavin Mark today to read you a letter that I'm going to give to him for going above and beyond in the line of duty for us. On January 27th, 2026 at 11:50 a.m., Cass County Dispatch received numerous calls for traffic crashes and vehicle slide-offs. The weather at the time was 14 degrees with the wind chill of -3, sustained winds of 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour. As it was snowing heavily, while responding to these calls of service, you came upon a vehicle in the roadway on Daly Road south of Beeson Street. Due to the snow and the wind area, this was a whiteout. You exited your patrol vehicle to render aid to a woman who had just been in a traffic crash and was kneeling next to her car. As you were assisting her, another car hit her car, which then hit you and the woman, causing you to be thrown a distance into a snowdrift. The woman was run over by her car and sustained serious injury. You got back up after being struck by a car and helped in comforting the woman and making sure she received the care she needed. The concern for others, persons, even after you've been hit by a car, shows your commitment to service to others. You have given us all an example of a high level of service to the citizens of Cass County.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He must be on the clock because he got out of here quick. Thank you, Sheriff. We appreciate what you all do. All right, Cassopolis Swim Program. You gotta step your game up for what just happened.
Good evening, I'm Jill Habouche. I'm the Chief Development Officer at the YMCA. I want to thank you for allowing us to share our wonderful swim program with you all tonight. We did send out a video link. I know some of you have already watched that, and I encourage, if you haven't already watched that video, that it's well worth explaining what we're doing. Just real briefly, the program is now in its 14th year. It's a collaborative program between the YMCA of Greater Michiana, the Sam Adams Elementary School here in Cass, as well as the Michigan Gateway Community Foundation, and volunteers such as Tom Swartz and Jean Jordan, who initiated and started the program, and then Tom and Jill Vitalik, who have carried it forward. Tonight we are here to share a little bit about the impact of the program and ask the Commission and the Cass County to consider support of this wonderful program.
Thanks, Jill. I'm the other Jill, Jill Gore Vitalik. I was born and raised in Cassopolis, proud Cassopolis Ranger. We made our way back here, and we're both happily retired. We've been the community leaders of the program for 6 years now, and it is so much fun. It is so delightful. The kids, these are the same kids that I went to school with, honestly. And for many of those children, this will be the only formal swimming instruction that they ever receive. It's so important. But even more so of the swimming skills, they build confidence, and I see it during the week that I'm with them. There will be every year a child or two who is so frightened of the water, has never put her face in the water, is crying before the lessons begin. And to see that child at the end of the week be the first one in at the Y party, at the big pool, it's just so much fun. What's different this year, so the program started by Tom Schwartz, and basically it's been paid for on a year-by-year basis by just writing letters to folks around Diamond Lake. And they've funded the program for these past 13 years. But my husband and I, we're not getting any younger, and at some point we're going to have to turn over the program to the next leads. And it's my personal goal that we get this program endowed so that the next volunteers don't have to do the fundraising that we've been doing on an annual basis. So I'm really happy to announce we have a goal of $200,000 in our endowment, which will be managed by Michigan Gateway Community Foundation, and we're just about halfway there. We raised, we're at $94,000 last time I checked. So it is within our reach if we can get a broader support network. And that's what we're doing now. We're going out to folks in the community and asking for their support and their contributions. And if you know about government grants, our grant writer here will tell you what we're doing on that end.
Hi, everybody. Corey Van Buskirk, Fund Development for YMCA and Camp Eberhart as well. We are doing a lot of grant writing, trying to get out there, you know, as Jill said, you know, talking it up in the local community all around. But to piggyback off what Jill said, Tom wants this program to expand. We're pushing it through Marcellus. We are pushing it big time through CAS. But once we hit that $200,000, it will be living forever, and then we can expand even more. It'd be awesome to see third graders, fourth graders, and fifth graders experiencing this awesome program. So we ask you, you know, if you can help out, give us any connections. There are QR codes on the paperwork as well, too. You can donate instantly today. But it is an awesome program, and we encourage you all to join with us and make everybody have access to this amazing program.
Monica has 2 kids that went through the program.
And it's in the notes I think we've given you too. We have already served over 700 youth that have learned the basic swim skills. So just to be able to save themselves if they fall into a body of water, knowing how many lakes and bodies of water, pools that are in our community. And keeping in mind that the leading cause of children of school age is the third leading cause of children in school age is drowning. So we want to protect these kids and have them learn to save themselves and help a friend and do the things that they need to do. I think I neglected to say that the swim program is actually conducted for a whole week, and the kids are split between learning swim safety in both the in-ground pool as well as Diamond Lake. So the waterfront access and swim safety, a little different than a pool swim safety. So they're getting both of those. If you've watched the video, a lot of the footage is at the YMCA's pool, but that's just their last day. They get to come and celebrate for a pool party at the Y. So again, most of the swim safety instruction is done out here in Cass, and we are serving all of the 4th graders at Sam Adams Elementary. So any questions, I guess, at this point?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I do not have a question, but I need to tell you all that Tom Schwartz served on our EDC board for many, many years. And Jeannie Jordan, Tom's wife, former judge, she has been on the Woodlands board for a number of years. Wonderful people. Tom is gone, but
It's Jean's pool that we go to every year. Yeah.
Thank you.
She's still very involved and supportive of the program.
so, and the video was very good, I thought, very good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Again, we appreciate your consideration and welcome any opportunities for any kind of state or, you know, grant funding from the county.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Vice Chair Lawrence, you're next.
Mr. Chair, I move that I-1 M-39-2026 Motion to approve March 5th, 2026 meeting minutes. I make a motion to approve that.
Support.
Motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grice? Yes. Commissioner Northrup?
Yes.
Commissioner Barrera?
Yes.
Chair Jones?
Yep.
Commissioner Lawrence?
Yes.
Commissioner Langley?
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti?
Yes.
And Commissioner Lee.
Financial reports in the packet. Do we have any questions for our administrator / finance director for our report? All right, moving on. District 1,
Nothing at this time.
District 2.
I'd just like to mention again that we do have openings at the fire departments throughout the county. I'm from Wayne Township. Our Wayne Township Fire Department definitely needs some more volunteers. So if you know anyone out there that would love to drive a big red truck, please let them know that there is a need there. And the meetings for the Wayne Township Fire Department are on Wednesday nights. I think it's the first and third Wednesday of the month. And they can go to those meetings and pick up an application, see what's going on and all that kind of good stuff. But and then you never know, this could bring you into fire science. This is one of, I have to bring this up because people think, oh, yeah, just a fireman. No, this goes into fire science. And when you get into fire science, you could become a fire marshal. So, I mean, there's things that you could do just from this, or be a chief of a big city like Mark Barnes. Mark Barnes started out at the bottom in Dowagiac Fire Department and he was out west, big cities. He did a lot of stuff as chief. So it's not like, yeah, we can do this and it's boring, but we definitely need volunteers, and not only for volunteers for fire departments, but volunteers for EMS services as well. So if you know of anyone, tell them, get out there and get an application and fill it out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. District 3.
Nothing at this time.
And for me in District 4, I've signed a couple letters of support for the Council on Aging. You all know that the Hardings building in Dowagiac is vacant now, but the Council on Aging is trying to get it. And as soon as I get my computer back going here, they said the proposed project will significantly expand access to senior nutrition programs, health and wellness activities, and social engagement opportunities that help older adults remain healthy, independent, and connected. At the same time, it will transform a long vacant commercial property, it's not very long, into a vibrant community asset, which I agree with that. So I've written 2 letters of support, one to Senator or Congressman Tim Walberg, and one to the U.S. Senator Slotkin. Yeah, the Slotkin. So that's what I do other than run the meetings. District 5. District 6.
Nothing at this time.
7.
Okay.
Put your button.
Turn my microphone on, sorry. The village of Edwardsburg and parts of Ontoit Township continue to clean up and take care of things after the destruction of the tornado that damaged parts of that community early this month. Many organizations, the Edwardsburg Schools, the American Legion, VFW, and at least 3 churches stepped up to help with food, clothing, household items, and funds. The Edwardsburg Emergency Fund has put together an application to apply for insurance deductibles, and we know that insurance deductibles can be high. On Saturday, March 15th, we attended the Leprechaun Leap. And no, I did not leap into the water, but...
You're not a leprechaun.
Not a leprechaun either. But many others did, including Edwardsburg and Cass County's finest first responders. So thank you to our law enforcement's fire and ambulance department. It was really cold, but there were a lot of people that did leap in the water. Commissioner Grice and I attended the first Connexus meeting this year, and we learned that Connexus was selected among the 50 best nonprofits to work. And we were introduced to Dan Pete, who is the interim director now for Market One. Policy committee met, everybody was there and spoke. The Board of Health met on March 11th, and the nursing report advised that the flu is still rampant, and they are seeing more TB cases. There is a new dental software that they're using. Since the phone service is at the end of its life, a new phone system was approved by the board. Last month, a firearm safety grant was approved, and then we learned that it has been withdrawn. Employees of environmental health had a presentation on food, bugs, pools, and campgrounds. A couple of things from that presentation is that between Cass and Van Buren, there are 57 campgrounds. And then we learned that a large piece of corduroy is dragged over the ground, and that's how the technician collects ticks. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
They told us to wash our hands because that's where the main bacteria comes from.
True, true. The Board of Public Works met on March 11th, and we continue to discuss funding for the Banks and Lake Sewer Project. We had a presentation by Gary Benedicts, a former Cass County Commissioner, on a new funding program called Holman Capital. We did not make a decision, but we have also discussed bonding for that project. And if you want to know more about the funding, you can ask me, or you can ask our Drain Commissioner, because he knows about it. He knows more about it than I do. That's it.
All right. District 8.
Nothing at this time.
All right. And I'm going to go back to me. The Saturday after the tornado, I was called by Fox News to do an interview and report on the damage and all that. You know, and Fox is national TV. So normally when I'm on TV, it's recorded and they edit out my stuttering and, you know, and try to do some photoshopping on his face. But I gave a good report other than they told me 30 seconds prior to me going on that it was live. And I was sitting here, that's why the flag's right there, and I about threw up all over here because I'm going on live TV for national television. And one of the questions they asked me, did we have plenty of warning? You know, and I said yes, or I think my exact words were absolutely, but I retracted that later because unfortunately, one person on Conrad Road passed away because they didn't have enough warning because the tornado was right on top of them. So I'm telling you all publicly that I didn't mean to say that, not making any excuses, but I didn't know, you know, so we all make mistakes, and I apologize to the family or anybody that was hurt because of that, and I still pray for that family's peace of mind and, you know, healing. So that's it. All right, county partners, Justin, the guy with my middle name.
All right.
No pressure.
Oh yeah, never any. The Cass County Conservation District has several upcoming events and activities we would like to invite residents to participate in. As many of you know, Maple Fest, located at Maple Row Sugar House on March 21st, 22nd, and 28th and 29th, is happening, so this weekend and the next weekend. The Conservation District will have a booth there to promote our water quality testing program, so if you'd like to learn more about that, feel free to stop by and ask some questions. As well, we have our annual crane count that is scheduled for April 18th. So if you're interested in helping the Conservation District collect data and information regarding that, please get into contact with our new district administrator, Eric Pretzlav. Our tree sale is also in progress. We have our annual tree sale. Orders can be submitted in person or online at the Cass County Conservation District website. The order deadline for that is April 14th. And then the tree pickup will take place on April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. As far as the soil erosion and sedimentation control program, a new fee schedule has been proposed regarding cannabis sites and has been submitted to the county board and is expected to be voted on at next month's meeting. So if any of you have questions, feel free to get into contact with me and ask any questions prior to this, please. And thank you all very much for your continued and ongoing support of our program.
All right. And think. So, Mr. Pete, would you like to come up now?
Good evening, everyone. My name's Dan Pete. As Roseanne had said, I'm the incoming interim executive director for Market One. I know I've met some of you in passing, but I thought it would be a good time to come in and see everyone tonight. It is my 9th day of work, so I would say I'm not super steeped in everything yet, but I am very familiar with Market One. I worked at Connexus when we initially launched it, and my wife and I, through our family business, we make hard cider, have been investors since day one. So I do have a strong familiarity with it. I do have some familiarity with Cass County as well, having been a lifelong resident of the area. Some of you, if you recognize my last name, Randy Pete was my father, and so I know many of you reached out with condolences in his passing, so thank you for that as well. And look forward to helping serve Cass County however we can. So you'll be hearing more from me later.
9 days in, you should take a before picture.
Hey man, I bought a bowling alley right before COVID hit.
Right.
My beard was nice and dark then,
Yeah.
and now there's
Yeah.
a lot of gray
you see
in there.
you see what
So,
happens.
yeah.
This is what happens. But I loved your dad, brother. I loved him. I loved him like a brother, and his military service speaks volumes. And I watched his the Vietnam veteran with the Riverines on TBS the other day.
Oh, nice.
It was impactful. Mr. Pete, his dad was in the most decorated unit in Vietnam. The most decorated is a coordinated joint operation with the Navy and the Army. And every time we get together, because I was Army, every time we get together with the Navy or Marines, bad things happen. But his dad changed that, and they did amazing things, man.
Yeah.
So appreciate you and your family.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
All right.
I'll hang around a little bit afterwards if anyone wants to talk to me privately.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other county partner? Road Commission, Mr. Thompson. You hiding back there in the back. Sheriff ratted you out. Push the button in the middle. There you go.
Thank you. I'm Bob Thompson. I'm in charge of trees. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the fact that unfortunately we had to deal with another tornado. As you all know, it tracked a similar route from the year before, but unfortunately was worse for us and for everybody involved. The thing I'm proud about is that started about 3:15 in the afternoon. We had already left to go home. We were done at 3, and we started calling people, and they responded, and a little after midnight, we had every road open for emergency services and access for the property owners to at least get to their property to survey the damage, whether they wanted to or not. And I can tell you that Harris Street was almost solid trees, and with wire almost from one end to the other, which we had to wait to have that removed before we could start our job. So it would have been earlier if it wouldn't have been for the electric wires in the Harris Street area. We've been asked again by several, you know, is there some place we can put the wood? Is there somewhere you can help us get rid of that? And I suspect that some of that comes from the incident a year ago or the year prior where we made available the gravel pit up by Twin Lakes, and it was used beyond anybody's imagination. It was not only used, it was abused and taken advantage of, I'm sorry to say. That cost us $18,000 to clean up. And I heard loud and clear from my board that we really weren't going to do that again. They said to me, were we? And I said, I guess not. So that made it difficult for us to make road commission property available. And fortunately, we have a private property owner out there on Yankee by Hess who has volunteered to let the wood be accumulated in a pile, and they can burn it much easier than we can because we seem to be scrutinized and put under the microscope for those kinds of activities. And so I'm tickled to death that that opportunity availed itself for those folks out there. We would like to help more, obviously, and sometimes we get handcuffed, if you will, and don't have the options that we'd like to utilize. On a brighter note, we think, I'm going to jinx myself, we think that we've seen the last of the snow. Ha, ha, ha.
You did it now.
I know. What that means for us is we begin to convert all of our trucks over to summer operations. That is a rare occurrence. I think I've shared with most of you before. Most road commissions park their plow trucks and don't utilize them for the summer season. We utilize most of our trucks year-round, and we think that's a very wise thing to do when it comes to equipment utilization and making the best of the investment that we're allowed to make in equipment. We'll be doing that. We convert those plow trucks over to semi-tractors for the most part, and they pull the trailers that deliver the asphalt to our paving operation. I can tell you that we're about 50% above our budget for winter operations. We knew that was coming when I was here before and shared some of the numbers with you. It's not a small number. Fortunately, it's a manageable number. And we'll probably end up, I'm going to say right at this point, with 2 less paving projects than we had planned on because of the overrun on our winter operations budget. We currently have 3 hourly openings. We have a lot of good applications. We require a CDL or at least a commitment to get one in a short period of time if we hire the person. That's a challenge for a lot of good applicants because it's an expensive endeavor. The cheapest training program I've found is in Lawton. It's about $3,100. And a lot of times young people that are very interested in getting involved with us and would be great candidates, they haven't been out of school that long and they don't have that kind of savings accumulated to go right out and make that happen. So if you know anybody, please send them our way. We're going to do second interviews, and I'll do first interviews if I get some more good applicants. And we'll be filling those positions before we start paving in May. So any questions?
You all can't hire commissioners, can you? Because I've had my CDL for like 20 years. I think it'd be a conflict of interest.
Well, maybe, but we won't tell anybody. Go online and fill
I
out
won't
an
wear
ad.
my cowboy hat.
Yeah,
Nobody will recognize me.
That'll do it. And the boots. Make sure you do the boots.
Right,
Okay.
right. I ain't shaving my beard.
No weapons are allowed on the property.
Yep,
so
that counts me out.
check those at the door.
That counts me out.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that counts me out. Madam Clerk. All right. Treasurer, out treasuring. Sheriff, you have anything? Judge? Prosecutor? Drain Commissioner? All right. All right. New business. Number 1, M40-2026 is a motion to approve MOU with Van Buren Conservation District for scrap tire cleanup.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Make that motion?
Second.
Motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 2, M41-2026, motion to approve clerk register fee schedule update.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion on the floor and support. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 3, M42-2026, motion to approve the use of $249,192 from the Bombardier request partially offset funding for shortfall of Lawless Park project.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion on the floor and support. Discussion. Yep.
Yes,
Yep. Go ahead.
okay. I would like to know, because back in 2022, I believe it was, the Parks Department needed to get $428,625 to do renovations there at the park. They have not, as far as I know, nothing's been done yet, and now you're asking for another $376,000. And it's 3 months before this has to be done. And I'd like to know why it's taking so long to do anything.
So Scott or the chair of the board can get up and answer that question if you all want. Go ahead.
We have been working through the process. There are a lot of players in this particular grant and a lot of layers, and we're not as far behind as what you think. And we've been in constant contact with the DNR, and they're aware of our progress, and they are willing, not guaranteed, but willing to grant us an extension if need be. And they haven't done it as of right now because depending on the process, depending on what this board decides tonight, it'll be determined if we're actually going to need it. This project is really not that complicated, okay? It's really not that complicated. Even if we get full funding and go forward with the project as proposed and approved, I'm being told that it will be done yet this year. And the DNR is aware of that. And like I said, it may seem that no progress has happened, but there are so many players. Every time we had to go out to bid because our lowest bid come back higher than the money is available. So we had to redo the plans for the pavilion, and all that takes time. And oh, by the way, all the players from the National Park Service, from the DNR, from our landscape architect, to all their team members, to the BOC, to the Parks Department, to the Parks and Rec Board, we all have to sync up, and sometimes that doesn't happen. And being a little off, but say I don't get a meeting. You used to have a cow, and you could go to the cow. You had to go to the cow first before you would get approval at the regular board meeting. Well, missing a meeting because of timing, it all adds up, and it all added up to about 3 months, in my estimation, give or take, of being behind. But I'm here to tell you, I wouldn't be standing here. I honestly wouldn't be standing here if there wasn't a path forward. There is a path forward. There absolutely is a path forward. And I wouldn't be in front of you if the DNR, who manages this grant, drew a line in the sand and say, hey, you have till June, you have till the end of June to finish this project. I wouldn't be here if that was the case.
All right.
Okay?
Did that answer your question?
Well, what I'm looking at is that it's almost double is what it was originally.
Like I said, through the process, our bids come back higher, our low bid come back higher than what it was. We're just trying to get as much accomplished as we can, okay?
So what has been accomplished?
The project, as intended, okay? That's why we're up here asking for the Bombardi monies to have the ability to finish more of the project as it was bid. That's what we're up here trying to do. We're trying to find a path forward that we can accomplish as much as possible with the monies available. That's why we're here.
Hold on, we're good. We got another question here that we don't want you to get too far ahead.
I just want to take the Board of Commissioners back to memory lane. February 27, 2017, a memo from the Director of Parks to the Commissioners about Dodd Park project update. The park received a grant for 74% match, and the County of Cass would have to match 26%. The state offered at that point in time $277,500. The county offered $97,500 for a total of the project $375,000. But the project, after changing the plans and reducing the scope of work, still came over budget by $180,166 to make up for that shortage. The park used $50,000 from their fund balance and got a loan from the county treasurer for $130,166 from the delinquent tax revolving fund with a zero interest to be paid back within 7 years. This means the loan would have needed to be paid back by March of '24. Hasn't been paid back. I don't think there's been a penny received. Now history is being repeated again. On March 17, 2022, resolution from the board, R-6022, was passed by the Board of Commissioners for matching grants from the state of $428,000 for this project. The county would then match $428,625. Well, someplace after that date, on August 10, 2023, Resolution 12923 was passed by the Board of Commissioners matching a state grant in the amount of $428,625. Go forward to here. March 19th tonight, we have another request from the Parks Department, request money because the project came over budget again. The shortfall is $376,519 that is needed to do the project. So they requested that the Bombardier money be used for the project. That amount is $249,192, leaving a balance of $127,000 that the Parks is requesting from the county, maybe out of capital improvement fund, but it's not budgeted. We will have an issue with our capital improvement for the year. So I just wanted to share that. Here we are again, need to rush, need to have additional money when the county passed the resolution in August of 2023. I know that takes time to get approved, but over 2 years, cost goes up, etc. So I oppose this request. I believe we need a different company than OCBA Landscape Architects. We also need to request grant money when our plans are complete, so we're not asking for money again. Thank you.
Sam, you had a comment?
No, being on the Parks Board, we have talked about this subject many times, and when we were discussing the option of doing an extension, I basically asked Scott and the Parks Board to just go before the board and ask that we look at this and we vote on it instead of trying to kick the can down the road. I mean, we have looked at this from every single angle, and there are so many moving pieces, but the facts are, as you stated, we do have $110,000 invested into this project already. The shortfall is $127,000. Those are the two figures that kind of stand out here. As Scott mentioned a few months ago, you came before the board for approximately $5,000 to get the project rebid so that we could try to slash that down and try to get it within the scope. That was very unsuccessful in the sense that, you know, we tried to scale it down, but it really did move the needle much. You know, from the moment that this thing was created to where we're at today, we all know what inflation has been the last few years. It has just been, you know, something that we just couldn't imagine. But the fact is that we either need to save this project or we're going to kill it, and that's what we need to decide today. If it wasn't for the Bombardier money, the funds that we have sitting in that account, I don't know how we would be able to close the gap, but we do have those funds available. Those funds have been sitting in that account for a very long time. I think it would be appropriate to use those funds. So we do break this out today into two different motions. We have the first motion to look at the Bombardier request, followed by the next motion to look at the difference of the $127,000. So I am in favor of passing this motion to use these funds.
Thank you, sir. So before you reply to that there, Scott, so with the history that Commissioner Langley brought up and the history that Commissioner Grice brought up, say this is approved tonight. Say it is. And then his question doesn't get satisfied, and we repeat history again with his comment. What's going to happen? I'm going to be the bad guy with that. Something needs to happen, like, you know, I don't want to use bad terms of being the military guy. Heads need to roll or something, because I was here through and all that. My signature is on that too. So if it doesn't happen, that makes us all look bad to our, not even looking bad. We don't care about that, but we're misallocating money. Hold on, man, I'm not done. We're misallocating money, and that's our #1 priority. So if this stuff doesn't happen, what's going to happen? You know, because, you know, please.
Yeah. If you're looking for somebody to be accountable, there's no place else to look than me. All I can do is pass on the information that I am receiving, that I believe in.
Well, they're right there. He's right there.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And I mean, in this project, there's over 200 emails back and forth with different players from the beginning, talking about different ways to mitigate the issues that we have, okay? If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't be standing here. I simply...
I get it.
I wouldn't be standing here. And I understand there's more to the issues that Commissioner Grice is talking about. And I can explain those at a greater detail if I had more time. I didn't realize that was an issue up until now. So
well, our other responsibility is we have other things that require money.
No, I understand.
You know, there's other things, you know, to run the county. And if we're putting it somewhere and we're not getting any return on it, you know, then our heads are going to roll, you know, because we get threatened with votes and all that stuff. You know how that goes.
Right, and I know we're under time constraints, but I just want to point something out, that you're looking at 50% of the Parks Department right here. 50% of the full-time Parks Department standing in front of you. I'm not saying that our budget isn't everything that it should have been through the years, but here we stand, okay? So we have to beg, borrow, and plead to get a budget to survive. And I wouldn't even call it surviving, if you want to be honest with you. So we have to supplement, we have to enhance every opportunity. We have to try to enhance monies that we have, we get from the County of Cass. And this budget represents that. Remember, this path forward, this grant was approved by the Board of Commissioners.
Yeah.
It started from an approved Parks and Rec plan, okay, created by the people, input by the people, okay? No less than 5 times in this process, the Board of Commissioners had to approve a path forward, okay? Nobody else. And it's built into the grant. The DNR, Federal Park Service, builds it into the grant process that the Board of Commissioners has to approve the next step.
All right, we got it, man. I appreciate it. Anybody got anything else for?
I have a couple
please.
comments. So, fortunately, this park represents a really good man. It comes from a really good history from our community. And the community that I represent is in strong support of this project. However, I will say this is a large sum of money, and tonight I'm going to vote because that's the way that a good chunk of the community I represent would like it to be, but I won't support any more money after this. So please use it wisely.
All right, we're good, Scott.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
I put you on the spot there.
That's all right. That's what I do.
All right. Anything else from the board? Yeah. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Lee.
Yes.
Commissioner Marquetti.
Yes.
Commissioner Langley.
No.
Commissioner Lawrence.
No.
Chair Jones.
Yep.
Commissioner Barrera.
Yes.
Commissioner Northrup.
No.
And Commissioner Grice.
No.
Okay, so that's 4 yes and 4 no, which means it fails.
All right. So I don't get in trouble by the parliamentarian. Number 4, M43 2026, motion to approve the allocation of $127,327 from the Capital Improvements Fund to cover the remaining funding shortfall associated with the Lawless Park project.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion.
Motion on the floor and support. Discussion.
Yeah, I do think that this is kind of a moot point at this point since we've killed
Yep.
the previous motion, but I just want the members of this board to understand what just happened. Again, I want to reiterate the fact that we have $110,000 invested into this project. Now what are we going to do? We successfully killed this project, so that money is on our hands, okay? I don't know how to move this project forward. I don't know how we're going to recover those funds. That's what we just did. So, really, proud of us right now.
I would like to agree with Sam on that. And in the end, like this is an important thing to many members of our community. This is a good man that did a lot for our community, and we basically just.
Those funds have
turned it
been
down.
sitting in that account for 20 years. What are we gonna do? Put them back in that account, kill this project, and take a $110,000 loss? Why?
So can we just take this, me as chair, can I take this off? Because as he said, that's a moot point.
No, the motion was.
It's already been made and supported?
And supported.
All right. So we'll just do all in favor, say aye.
I would request a roll call, please.
Yeah, roll call.
Commissioner Langley,
No.
Commissioner Lawrence,
No.
Chair Jones.
Yes again.
Commissioner Barrera,
Yes.
Commissioner Northrup,
Nope.
Commissioner Grice,
Nope.
Commissioner Lee,
Yes.
and Commissioner Marquetti.
Yes.
All right, once
4 to
again,
4.
4 to 4.
All right. Number 5, R8-2026, resolution to reauthorize step-level retention increase policy.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I move resolution to reauthorize step-level retention increase policy.
Second.
Motion on the floor and support. Discussion.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
I am no longer in favor of this resolution. I had presented it several times, had asked the administrator if they would be interested in continuing this, and have decided that based on discussion that happened with the policy committee that I no longer support it.
All right. And for myself, from what I understand is, if this is passed, then a person will come to the administrator and request a step increase or increase in funding. And if she says no, then that person will then come to the board.
Salary committee.
It'll go to the salary committee, and then, so what that's doing is, we hired her for a reason. I put my trust in Jen, so we don't need this, you know, to me. Because if we're gonna have mom against dad, why do we have mom? You know, I hired her and I trust her decisions. So I don't support it. Anybody else?
Well, I was not at the policy committee meeting. I missed those details. I'll just say that I think we're on very slippery grounds here with this policy if we were to put it into action, because in my opinion, I think effectively it creates a loophole to a process that we just put in place, and that I'm talking about the class comp study that we spent money on.
$60,000.
Invested in it and agreed upon and implemented it, and I'm not looking to create a loophole right now that could be used and abused.
And let us let that do its job, like it was said 2 meetings for when we tried to do the same thing. At one meeting, I was threatened. So, all right. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Marquetti,
No.
Commissioner Langley,
No.
Commissioner Lawrence,
No.
Chair Jones.
Nope.
Commissioner Barrera,
No.
Commissioner Northrup,
Yes.
Commissioner Grice,
Nope.
and Commissioner Lee.
No.
Resolution fails. Number 6, M44-2026, motion to appoint Matthew Money to the EDC for a term ending 9/30/2032.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to make that motion, please.
Support.
Motion on the floor and support. Any discussion?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would just like to make one comment to the Appointments Committee. That is probably one of the best applications we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're voting.
Any other discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Money. That's a hell of a name to have to carry around. All right, where am I? All right, number 7, M45-2026, motion to reappoint Sheriff Clint Roach to the Woodlands Healthcare Network Board for a term ending 3/31/2029.
I so move.
Motion on the floor and support. Bunch of it. Your whole boy, Sheriff. You can't hide. Any discussion?
He does well on the board.
He does well on the board. And you've been there for quite a while, haven't you? Yeah, because I've served with you. All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 8, M46 2026, motion to purchase 3 Ford Explorer patrol vehicles and necessary equipment to outfit them.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I move I'm going to make that motion.
Second.
Motion on floor, and we'll give the support to Tom Langley.
I got the hat.
And you get, yeah, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9, M47 2026, motion to approve amended MERS HCSP plan agreements.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
I move to approve the amended MERS HCSP plan agreements.
Second.
Motion on the floor is support. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 10, M48 2026, motion to approve the budget amendment to transfer funds for historic courthouse window blinds.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion on the floor and support. Discussion. Those things suck. They break easily. Yes, ma'am.
There would be no extra money coming out of fund balance. There was plenty of money left over from not having a finance director and administrator at the same time for a long time. So just wanted to take that money out of my budget and move it over to facilities to put in blinds where they're needed. There's some that are needed in clerk register's office, the treasurer's office, administration. There's a few windows back there that didn't get them, so just trying to get them in the areas that we really need them. And then there's a few in GIS as well. So just thought since we have some extra money in my account that we could move that over and get that taken care of for everyone.
Sounds good. Anybody else? All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Whew. Public comment. This is for things that are not on the agenda. Floor is now open. Please, sir. Remind everybody we have 3 minutes.
I just want to point out one last thing. I know a decision has been made, but the Bombardi money is not a loan. It is in place in a CD currently. In 2012, we approached the Board of Commissioners to use the Bombardi money to create an interpretive gazebo. It was turned down. In 2022, a Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund grant was put in for a nature center and all the supporting scope items for that nature center. It was turned down, using the Bombardi monies as match. And in 2023, a Spark grant was sent off to the state of Michigan for an observatory/nature center complex. It was turned down. So that Charles Bombardi money has been sitting there. It's not from lack of trying to utilize it. If we could reconsider that, it's not a loan. It's there. We've tried to utilize it. We will be utilizing it based on the legal opinion that you have in front of you. We have utilized that money for other things in Lawless Park, and we want to utilize that money to enhance the visitor experience and make it easier to enjoy nature within Lawless Park. That's what that Bombardi money represents. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anybody else? Yes, sir, please.
Keep it on the level, brother. I've lived in Cass County since I was 5 years old. I'm almost 71 now. And I should say my parents and I moved back to Cass County when my dad got out of the Navy. Ever since I've lived in Cass County, the county has looked for a way to set itself apart from other counties in the area, something that would draw people in. We have that now with an international dark sky park. There's only 3 of us here in the state. It's very rare. We're bringing in people from across the Midwest. One thing I forgot to answer or bring up from my previous 3 minutes is we even had a visitor from England at one time. Really shocked me. And these are just the people I meet. I try to make a point of talking to people when they come out to the park. And by not utilizing the Bombardier funds and supporting the Parks Department, I think you're passing up a very unique opportunity to put more weight behind the draw of Lawless Park. It's not just people coming out to see the stars. It's people coming out to use the restaurants too. It's people supporting local businesses when they travel into our park. I'm very proud of the fact that Cass County is a rural park, and I think it should stay that way. That's what makes us unique. We're not that far from metropolitan areas and all the shopping that you could ever want. But Cass County is unique. We have a dark sky park. You should support it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Drain Commissioner.
No, period.
Parks Board Chair.
Oh. I
Oh,
did not know
Parks
that.
Board Chair.
Yep.
You know, that grant, that match grant we got, the last time we applied for that, we didn't get it. That paid for that new trail that's going out to River St. Joe over in Buchanan. It's going on all around us. Those bathrooms out of Lawless are not ADA compliant. They need to be dealt with. That was top of the list of this. If we send that money back, I'm not sure Cass County will ever get another grant in this category. It's that competitive out there.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else? All right. Close the floor for public comment. District 1.
Nothing.
District 2.
Nothing.
3. 4. Mess me. 5. 6.
Yeah, I'll just add to the comments that were being said about the project. You know, there's just, I know I was a little bit vested into this because there are so many pieces to this, just like the 88 bathrooms that were brought up, the funds that were available. It's not a loan. These are funds that are just sitting in an account, not doing anything. There are just so many pieces to this project, and I, as a Milton Township resident, I'm very proud of the township and all the townships that I represent, but Milton Township has a very beautiful facility that actually gets rented out and generates roughly $12,000 a year in rental fees. I saw potential for this at the Lawless Park, at the new facility with the splash pad, where families could come, rent the facility, birthday parties, graduation parties, et cetera, et cetera. Is it gonna be a huge moneymaker? Nothing really ever is in government, but there was just so much potential. And I apologize because I did try to reach out to a few commissioners to really just try to inform you guys about all the information that I had, and maybe I failed to highlight on some of that. So I feel like I let the Parks Board down, so I apologize.
Thank you, sir. District 7.
Nothing at this time.
District 8.
Nothing at this time.
All right. No other thing?